Now there's a couple more details that we can do to just finish off this character before we go on to animating it. And the first one is to align the face bone of the morph based head with the head bone of the body. And I'll demonstrate what I mean by that. If I go in close on the face and open up the bone editor here, we'll just move this over, and then we change up here where it says body to the face bones. Morph base heads, while they do have face bones, they don't actually show up on here. All you can see is this blue box, which is the selection of the actual face bone, which is the one we want to move. We go into the scene manager down here. You'll see here, this is the face that's selected. And if I select, say, the mouth, you'll see this blue box change to the mouth bone, or the right ear, or the left ear, and so on. We don't have to worry about any of this other stuff. We just want to make sure the face bone is selected. And you'll see at the moment, if I click preview on the bone editor, and I turn this head, you'll see it looks pretty weird. It's not quite lined up, and it doesn't look as good as when, for example, if I get out of preview and go to the body bones and then preview this bone, which is what the head is attached to. You see that one looks much better. So we basically want the face bone to be aligned with this bone, which, as you can see, is right over the character's mouth. And you can see this box around it is the same size as the box that was around the face bone. So what we're going to do is approximate the face bone's box to be lined up into the same spot, so that you see all these little handles. If you draw an imaginary line through from the top to the bottom and from the left to the right, where they cross is over the mouth point. And the reason we're doing this is that some features in Cartoon Animator, particularly things like the face puppet editor, use the face bone to move the head around rather than the head bone that's in the body rig. So what we're going to do is change this up here back to face, and making sure we've got the face bone selected here. We're just going to click anywhere inside this blue box, and we're going to try and line it up so that the middle of this box, so if you draw an imaginary line from this handle down to here and this one across to there, where they cross in the center is over his mouth in the same position as his head bone was. We'll just click and drag, and we'll move it down, trying to keep everything in the middle of the mouth. And when you think you've got it about right, it doesn't have to be 100% perfect. We just want to get it so that it looks better. So I think that's about the right position. Now if I preview this and try turning the head, you'll see it's looking pretty much the same as what it was when I was moving the head around with the actual head bone. That's one fix you may like to do, or it's a very good idea to do. And we can preview him. We can do this face preview here. That'll let us mess around with looking up and down a little bit. And we can preview the body. And up here, if we click camera view on home, zoom in, go preview, and that's our character, all complete, rigged, ready to be animated. And as you can see, pretty simple character to do. It does have some problems, like you'll see we can't really choose which leg goes in front of the other. It's always that way, and you'll see with the arms get some pretty weird distortions. But if we're careful how we animate it, we can still do quite a lot with this character. And I'll show you that in the next lesson. So get out of preview, saved him, get out of the composer, go back to the stage. And if you want to, you can save him again here. First go to the scene menu, and you'll see we've got human dummy F, which stands for front. If you want to rename this, you can just double click and give it a name. So we'll call it male P3 PSD demo, and we'll do _F for front, hit enter. And now if we save the character in the content menu, and we can zoom this in so that we get a decent thumbnail. The thumbnail is always taken from the center of the stage, or the center of the camera. Go overwrite, okay. So in the next lesson we'll get to animating our newly rigged character.